Your fourth friendly and frank licensed immigration advisor, Navya, coming live today for my third session. So basically, on almost every day of the week, AJV as a company, we do have our licensed immigration advisors coming live on Facebook and reaching out to all of you, especially to our clients, so that we can, help you out with all of your queries and provide you with relevant solutions. So before I really get into the session, I'm required by the Immigration Advisors Code of Conduct to display my license to you all. So that's my license, which I received after completing 4 papers of the graduate diploma in New Zealand immigration advice. You could also verify the license from the Register of Licensed Immigration Advisors, which is available on the website of Immigration Advisors Authority. And basically, you need this license in order to be able to provide immigration advice to clients on a lot of categories of visa applications. So yeah, every week we do come live through Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and that's the beauty of social media, because it allows us to reach out to all of you and at the same time. And as an organization that's relatively modern in our setup, since most of us, we work from our respective homes, we do tend to utilize the internet and social media, to its fullest capacity. So it's not only a great platform for us to reach out to you and to advertise what our company is about and do marketing, but also a great way to receive constructive feedback from all of you. And we do get a lot of positive comments from clients who have been working with us, and questions as well from a lot of our clients that we can address on through social media. And yes, that does keep us motivated as a team to continue helping our clients and growing further. So as a company, we do really believe in going above and beyond for each and every one of our clients to ensure that we're able to provide you all with the best possible services, as well as the most accurate information. And at the same time, we do understand and acknowledge the limitations in our own knowledge as well. So if, as counselors or as licensed immigration advisors, we believe that we don't have the information that you're seeking from us, we do make it a point to get in touch with the college representatives. We could perhaps just give them a call, or we send off a mail to Immigration New Zealand to get you, the proper and the most up-to-date advice. So yeah, that's just about, the extent to which we do go ahead and help you out and make sure that, your applications are precise and in line with the relevant immigration instructions. So yeah, for those of you who might start, sending in questions here, I do request you all to let us know if you are an AJV client, if you're currently working with us, and if not, then please do leave your number so that we can get in touch with you, because right now, through the live session, I'll only briefly be able to answer your questions, but in order for us to really delve further into your query, we will need to personally, connect one of our study counselors to you, and then they can take it further and give you more extensive explanations and solutions. Okay, so yeah, nothing as of now. All right, so yeah, basically, I mean, just to have a bit of a general talk about the whole entire process of migrating to a different country. We do understand that the end goal for most of you is to attain residency. So in New Zealand, so basically, what's important is that you do make the right choices right from the outset, so that you don't face trouble at a much later stage. And for that, it's important that you keep certain things in mind, especially when you're going ahead with the student pathway. It's important for you to choose the correct course, the correct college, and the correct city. And also really understand that while the course is supposed to be relevant to your previous qualifications and your work experience, it should also, the choice of course should also eventually enable you to also meet immigration instructions when you apply for your residence application. And that is something that we really understand and assist you with, because we have a lot of licensed immigration advisors on the team. We do understand immigration instructions at a very extensive level. And due to that, we've also trained our study counselors really well in providing you with the course that's not just apt for you given your past experience, but would also help you to ultimately obtain residency. So we do have tie-ups with a lot of renowned universities in New Zealand, with ITPs and PTEs alike. Yes, we do have a very skilled team of study counselors, and they will make it a point to sit with you patiently to understand what your needs are, what what you envision your career to be when once you've completed the course, and they'll even discuss with you, your budget requirements, etc. And accordingly, they'll advise you on the best possible courses for you. Yeah, and of course, then once you do come to New Zealand, you do have you have continued support from us in the form of our onshore support team. We have an office which is based in Hamilton, so you have the ability to just walk in there anytime and speak to our onshore support team about any queries that you may have. Let me see if there are any questions so far. Okay. Maz Khan has written, "Hi, I'm from Pakistan." Thanks for writing, Maz. Could you please share your query here or your number as well so that we can connect with you and then understand what your question is? Omid Muhammad has written, "Have you ever had a client from Afghanistan? Is a chance to apply or not? My field of study is IT. I want to apply for a one-year master program in IT." Hi, Omid. Thanks for your question. I would request you to share your number as well so that we can get in touch with you post this session. But in order to answer your query, yes, we do get clients from almost every country from around the world, and we've dealt with a lot of different applicants from a lot of different nationalities, and we have lodged applications as well. However, I will tell you that yes, with certain countries there is a higher risk of decline. So, of course, we'll be able to, after looking at your profile, we'll be able to give you more information around that. But there is definitely a chance to apply for a New Zealand visa. There's nothing that stops you or prevents you from applying for a New Zealand visa, especially if your field of study is IT. Because a lot of the positions, job positions in IT is, are in the long-term skill shortage list. So definitely, there's a huge demand for professionals in that field. So you will have a lot of good opportunities. So if you're interested in a one-year master program in IT, just leave your number here, and we will connect with you and we can take it further. Yeah. Omer Ishtiaq has written, "How many months does it take to transfer cases to CO after receiving an acknowledgement?" Hi, Omer. Thanks for asking your question. I'm not sure if you've lodged your application. I'm pretty sure you haven't lodged it through us, though. So please do leave your number so that we can, connect with you and see where your what stage your application is at. Also, in order to just answer your question, I mean, I'm not sure what acknowledgement you've received. Basically, if you've received an acknowledgement, I'm guessing it should mean that your application has been allocated already. So, yeah. Okay, Shashank Bharti has written, "Hi Navya, I heard partner visa time frame has gone up from 5 months to 7 months. Is it true? Additionally, what's your analysis regarding immigration policies post upcoming elections in New Zealand?" Hi Shashank. So yes, I'm aware that Shashank is one of our clients. He's currently working, with our study counselor Neha. So, in order to answer your questions, in order to answer your first question, which is regarding the partnership timeframe, so I have been advised by my team that on average it's taking about 4 months. I don't believe it's taking that long, 7 months. So, especially for people who are going for partners of students who are going for master's courses, you're relatively getting an outcome sooner. So I don't think that should be an issue. However, stay connected to our partnership team as well, and they'll advise you of the most, current time frames at the moment. With regards to your second question, what's your analysis regarding immigration policies post upcoming elections in New Zealand? I mean, that's a really broad topic to be speaking about. So what we could do is I could always arrange a call with you. And if you have more specific questions around that and some particular change in instructions, then of course, I will have a lengthy chat with you about that. Pritipal Singh has written, "Could you please brief about permanent residence eligibility or requirements?" Hi, Pritipal Singh. Could you please leave your number so that we can connect with you about this? But in order to answer your query, first of all, the first step is always gaining residence, and it's only after 2 years of having been a resident that you can, be eligible for permanent residence, subject to a few instructions, of course. So, in order to be eligible for a residence visa, you do, however, need an offer of skilled employment, or you should have completed 2 years of study that leads to a master's or a doctorate. So I'm guessing in your case, you do not really have an offer of skilled employment at the moment, and neither have you completed a course in New Zealand. Yeah, basically what we do advise, of course, apart from that, you also need to meet 160 points, which is calculated on the basis of your age, your prior work experience, your qualification, etc. So yes, there are quite a few requirements in order to actually be eligible for a residence visa. That is why we mostly suggest our clients to go for the study plus settle pathway, because it's not so easy, getting a job offer from New Zealand directly. It's very tricky when you're not in the country, when you're not present in the country to go for interviews or to meet with the employers. And of course, employers also prefer offering jobs to those people who have a valid work visa. So, basically, direct residence somehow automatically does get ruled out. But what you could do is, if you feel that you might be meeting the points criteria, you also have the option of going for a skill migrant category job search visa, which will basically give you a 12-month visa and provide you with the opportunity to go to New Zealand and see if you can find an offer of skilled employment and basically check one of those boxes, and then you can apply for your residence. So if you're interested, if you do feel that you're meeting the points, you can send your CV across to info@ajvglobal.com, and we'll do an assessment of your CV and see whether you're meeting the points. Otherwise, we do strongly recommend that you go for the study plus settle pathway, which would basically mean that you'd pursue a course in New Zealand maybe for a year or so, and then you'll get a post-study work visa, during which period of time you can get an offer of employment and then subsequently apply for a residence visa. So yes, please do leave your number or drop us a mail so that we can get in touch with you, about this further. Okay, Maz Khan has given his number, but I don't think he's posted a query. So Maz, all right, we will get in touch with you. Thanks for sharing your number. Okay. All right. Sakul Kundra has written, just a second, let me see if my team has prompted me with any information. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Sakul has written, if one gets teacher offer at New Zealand, how can we get the work permit in future? How to apply for PR? Thanks, Sakul, for your question. So first of all, we'll have to take a look at the offer, whether it's a teaching job or just an administrative job. In order to teach in New Zealand, you will be required to register with the Teaching Council of New Zealand, and that also has some stringent requirements. You do need to have a high IELTS score as well, and yeah, basically, there are a couple of courses that can also lead to registration, like a GD or a master's in teaching. So yes, in order to be able to ascertain that, we will have to kind of look at your job offer if you do have one. So please leave your number or drop us an email, and then we will get in touch with you. Okay, Ajay Dhar has written a question. What is the process for work visa? Hi, Ajay. Thanks for your question and also for leaving your number. Like we've mentioned before numerous times, the process of getting a work visa in New Zealand is not that easy. It's very difficult to obtain a job offer, especially if you're not based in the country, because New Zealand employers are not so willing to give jobs to people who do not have a valid work visa, and who are not present in the country. So yes, it's very difficult. Even the assessment of work visa applications is very stringent, where they do look at a lot of criteria such as the sustainability of the employer, the previous compliance history of the employer, whether the employer meets the labor market test, which basically means if they've advertised the job, to New Zealanders before offering you that job, and whether they've attempted to train any New Zealanders before offering you that job. So the assessment of it and even the process of getting an offer letter from a New Zealand employer is very, very difficult. So we do suggest that you go for the student pathway, and not only will that allow you to get a local qualification from a reputed institute in New Zealand, but it will also allow you the time to really settle down into the country and understand the job market, network with different people, network with a lot of AJV clients as well, and yeah, perhaps find a job after that in the once you have your post-study work visa. So that would definitely be the most advisable path for you to migrate to New Zealand. Okay, Kushal Johir has written, how long does it take to get a student visa? Thanks, Kushal. You have not, however, left your number. Okay. I don't think you're an AGV client either. So I would please request you to leave your number so that we can get in touch with you. As for the current time frame for student visas are getting processed relatively quickly. Some are getting processed even within a month. We have received an outcome on some of applications even within a few days. Of course, it depends on the profile of the student as well as how it's presented to Immigration New Zealand, because obviously if the visa application is presented in a manner that it's decision ready, it basically allows the immigration officer to just assess the application very quickly. They don't have to struggle to search for information or write back to the agency asking for more information. So it really depends on that, and which is why we would encourage you to get in touch with us. We do have a very skilled team. A lot of us are ex-immigration officers, including myself, so we understand what what a perfect application should look like, and that will allow us to get a student visa within the required time frame as well. So yeah, please share your number so that we can get in touch with you. Pritpal Singh has written, thank you, but Pritpal, you've not shared your number, so please do if you can. Let me see if my team has anything to say. Okay, Kushal, I've also got information from my team that specifically my study counselor, Mariam, and she's saying that she has pinged you on Facebook, but you've not responded. So can I please request you to respond to her? And then, of course, we'll be available to answer any questions you have, throughout the whole the course of you working with us, basically. Hussein has written a question. MS in civil engineering, is it 1 year or 2 year? Hussein, you've not left your number, so I would definitely request you to drop in your number so that we can answer that. However, I have received information from my team as well that it could range from 1.5 to 2 years, and it depends on the papers studied in your previous qualification and the method of study you choose. So that would basically mean if it's coursework or research-based course, or an amalgamation of both. So I would still request you to send your number as well so that we can provide you more information around that. Okay, Ajay Dhar has said, it seems I meet the requirements, student one will not work. Ajay, if you feel you meet the requirements, if you have an offer of employment with you, then please get in touch with us, because we do assist with work visas as well. However, we do not assist with getting you a job offer. So that is a foremost and the most important step in the whole process. So if you do have an offer of employment, then please do get in touch with us and we can assist you further. Okay, Ajay Dhar has requested for a call back for detailed discussion. Ajay, I hope you've shared your number. Okay. Ajay, please share your number so that we can connect with you and provide you with more information. And I've got a message from Hussein Zada with his number. And yes, Hussein, thanks for that. We've answered your question. So one of our study counselors will get in touch with you and provide you with more information around the courses that you're looking for. Bhom Singh has written work visa. Bhom Singh, if you could just rewind onto the session. I've spoken about how difficult it is to get work visas and that it's most advisable to instead look at student visas, which would help you migrate to New Zealand, settle down there, form a good network, and find employment opportunities there as well. Okay, then let me flip over to YouTube. I'm just going to have a sip of water as well. Okay. Um, all right. Satish. Satish has written how about mechanical engineering. Satish, if you could please leave your number here as well. I'm not sure if you have. However, the scope for mechanical engineers is great in New Zealand. Most of the professions of IT are under the long-term skill shortage list, which basically means that these professionals in this field are in a great amount of shortage. So you'll have an increased number of job opportunities as well available to you. So definitely, we can suggest some good courses to you that would allow you to find a great job after you've completed the course. But I'd suggest you to just drop in your number there so that we can get in touch with you and provide you with further guidance around that. All right, then we have a question from Rajendra Kumar. I'm an HR professional with 10 years of experience, and my current score is coming up to 130. If I study outside Auckland, how many points will I earn? And what is the scope of getting a job post study in Hamilton? Hi, Rajendra. You seem to have a great background. Okay, you've also shared a number, which is great. So basically, if you're getting 130 points right now, there's no need to worry. That's great. I'm positive that once you complete a course in New Zealand, you'll definitely, gain the 160 points, which would be required to apply for a residence visa. Basically, you don't get points for studying outside of Auckland, but you do get points for getting a job outside of Auckland, and that's 30 bonus points. So that's a lot of points. So definitely, Hamilton is one of the upcoming cities right now. Anyways, Auckland is really cluttered at the moment, and the government is also trying to declutter it. So they're also molding immigration policies that encourage students to find jobs outside of Auckland. So Wellington, Christchurch, Hamilton, all of these cities are growing and they're great options. And of course, we have presence in Hamilton as well. We do have an AJV office that is in Hamilton, so you'll have a great support if you decide to stay on in that city. So yes, the scope of getting a job would be great there, and you will get those 30 bonus points. So definitely, we'll have one of our study counselors getting in touch with you, and we can look over course options for you. Saju has written, is there any scope for civil engineers? Saju has also shared his number. Thanks a lot, Saju, for sharing your number. Yes, there is a great scope for civil engineers. Almost all kinds of engineers are in the long-term skill shortage list, be it civil, mechanical, electronic. And if you want to do a construction course, then a lot of you have construction professions as well under the long-term skill shortage list. So either way, it's a great option for you if you're a civil engineer. And we will have, we'll contact you and go over the different course options for you that would help you to make that move to New Zealand. Okay, let me check Facebook. Nikhil Arya has written how much time they took for an interview call because my college will start on 10th Feb and still I'm waiting for AIP. Nikhil, team, can you confirm if Nikhil Arya is lodged through us? Because I don't think you have lodged your application through us. Nikhil, I would suggest you get in touch with the agency that you lodge your application through, and they would be able to give you. They should be able to give you information around that. That's the thing, guys. If you work with us, you will never have such queries in the first place because we have a great team of visa officers who will answer, your basic questions like this and more extensive detailed questions as well. So, those are the benefits of working with a skilled team. Okay, Nirosh has written, hi, what are the documents that we need to show Immigration New Zealand to prove our previous work experience? What if I don't have all, like I have an appointment letter in some companies, but not salary slips or banking details where I receive salary in cash? No service letters. Why I ask this is I've worked for 4 companies. I don't have full set of documents. Some I have appointment letter, but no service letter. Still I have salary details. Okay, Nirosh is our client. I think lodged, yeah, his student visa has been lodged by us right now. Nirosh, don't all right, you don't need to worry. I'm sure our visa officers have taken, since your application has already been lodged, I'm sure our visa officers have taken care of, how your application and your file has to be presented. Immigration New Zealand can take into consideration the fact that, not every applicant will have all that extensive amount of documentation from all their prior companies. So that's fine. There's nothing to worry about. Stay in touch with your visa officer, and I'm sure they would have given you the correct guidance. If not, I'll also have a discussion with Grace, and there's nothing to worry about. Basically, it just kind of depends on how you present the application, and we have received a lot of approvals for applicants who weren't able to furnish a lot of their work experience documentation. So nothing to really worry about. Okay, let me just see if my team has any inputs. Okay, I've been advised that Nikhil, you're not our student. So unfortunately, I'll not be able to answer your query right now. I do suggest that you get in touch with your agency, and I'm sure they'll provide you with the relevant information. Okay. Mithun Myth has written, what is the scope of PG Diploma Applied Informatics? And Mithun has, I'm not sure if Mithun has shared his number. Mithun, if you could please share your number in case you haven't. And, as always, I do have my very supportive team helping me through this live session. And one of my study counselors has just provided me with information saying that This program is about the use of information systems as solutions in business environments. So you learn, how you learn about the analysis and implementation of information systems and how it can be used to deliver information to the right people in the most effective time and way. And the area of specialization could include e-commerce, strategic planning, organizational behavior, etc. So that's the answer for you there. And I hope you can share your number so that our study counselor can get in touch with you and elaborate upon that. All right. Then we have a message from Gotham. Does civil engineer have good scope in New Zealand? Hi, Gotham. Yes, like I mentioned before, there's definitely good scope for civil engineers in New Zealand. If you want to get into the field of construction, New Zealand is having a construction boom right now. It is the second largest industry in New Zealand, after the service sector. So it's a great time to be working there as a civil engineer. Civil engineers also fall under the skill shortage list. So there's great demand for civil engineers. So we could definitely give you some great courses that could lead you to finding good jobs in that field. So please stay in touch with us. Drop in your number as well if you haven't, so that we can get in touch with you. You've also asked which intake is good, Feb or July. In order to answer your question, well, Feb is right around the corner now, so I think it would be a little late in the day to be applying for the February intake. So of course, I mean the next big intake is July, or if we can find your course in the April, May, June intake, we could do that as well if you're keen to go at the earliest. So leave us a number and then we'll get in touch with you. And depending on how you have your funds arranged or how quick you yourself are in giving us all of your documents, we can apply for your visa at the earliest. Okay, flipping over to Facebook. Sajid has written, can you tell me about the admission process from India? Hi, Sajid. Thank you for your query. The admission process, I mean, we see the thing is that if you could leave your number, we can always get in touch with you and provide you with more information about the admission process. The best part of it all is that we do the admission process for you, so you don't really have to worry about any of it. Our study counselor will just let you know about the basic documents that they require from you, such as a passport or your CV, your educational documents, your degree certificate, etc. And we'll handle the rest. So leave your number, we'll get in touch with you and explain to you in detail about what the admission process is like. You've also asked about scholarships. So yes, there are a lot of scholarship options available as well. It once again depends on your profile and the time that you're sending in your application for admission. But we can always find out those details for you if you just drop in your number, and once we get in touch with you. Ritika Dheer has written, visa filed on 3rd Jan, haven't received AIP yet. Team, if you could please confirm if Ritika's application has been lodged through us. Ritika, if you could also let us know if you're an AJV client and who you're in touch with, so that I can check with my team. Jas Kumar has written, hi, what's the scope of diploma in community healthcare and support level 7 from NZSC? And you've also shared a number. Thanks, Jas, for your query. New Zealand has one of the most amazing healthcare industries, and a lot of the professions in the healthcare industry are also in the shortage list. So, given that you have, especially the fact that, New Zealand does have a vast percentage of the population constitutes old people who are of an older age group. So, there is vast amount of scope in the community healthcare and support area. So yes, you've left your number here, so our team will definitely get in touch with you and provide you with more information. Yes, lodged through AJV, and Ritika has written in touch with Mary Joseph. Ritika, all right. Thanks for your query. I'm sure Mary will get in touch with you and provide you with information and the latest update on your file and what the visa status is. We can definitely get in touch with Immigration New Zealand and request them for an update. So yes, just stay in touch with Mary on that. Okay, Abhinav Sharma has asked a question, but I don't think you've left your number, Abhinav. So I'd request you to please leave your number and then I'll look into your question. Um, Surya Arya has written, working for cruise lines as a chef, any possibility to move to New Zealand? Surya, if you have good experience as a chef, then yes, I would suggest you to do a course, in the culinary arts, and post that you can find employment as a chef. The position of a chef also is in the shortage list for the time being. So you're lucky there. So yes, there are numerous opportunities for chefs in New Zealand, but it would always be advisable to go for the study pathway, pursue a course, and then find a job, because it's very difficult to find a job in New Zealand directly when you're not present in that country or on a valid work visa. Also, please leave your number there so that we can connect with you and provide you with more details around that. Um, okay then. So we've got a message from Pulok Sharma. Can I get working with scholarship? Pulok, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. If you could just rephrase your question and also drop your number so that we can perhaps understand your question from you in more detail over the phone. Nirosh has written, if I get the visa approved for this Feb intake, can we alter it to July? I'm just asking for information. Nirosh, not really. If your application is approved in time, then it's going to be very difficult to try and defer it to the next intake. So what I'd advise is that you go for the intake right now, and you don't try to kind of play around with that, because it's not, Immigration New Zealand doesn't really approve of that. Even if there are compelling reasons, we have tried that in the past, but it doesn't quite work that way. So if of course they assess the application post the course start date, then that's a different story altogether. But if your approval comes prior to your course start date, then it's best to make it for that intake. Okay, then moving on to YouTube again. Rahul Bhardwaj has written, hi, what is the scope of mechatronics in New Zealand? Is there a good amount of job opportunities for a person who studied mechatronics? And you've also left your number there. So thank you for that. Yes, Rahul, there are a lot of job opportunities present, when it comes to mechatronics. You could perhaps look at the options of working as a robotics engineer or technician, or an electronics design engineer, or a data scientist, or a big data analyst. So there are numerous opportunities available for you. However, it's not always easy, getting a job directly. So we do suggest that even if you've done a course, perhaps we can find you another course which could, broaden your understanding of a little more different subjects. and then you could always go on to seek employment. So thanks for sharing your number, and we'll definitely get in touch with you and provide you with more information. All right, Rajender has said that he is in touch with Mariam. Rajender, okay, I think I'd already answered your query. So thanks, Rajender, for choosing to work with us, and I'm sure we'll help you throughout with all your queries in the future as well. All right, Paris has written, "Hello, ma'am. I'm Paris from Gujarat. I want to move to New Zealand for PR. So can you please explain the process? I really need a good suggestion and help." And Paris, you have not left your number, so I request you to please leave your number as well so that we can provide you with more information. But like I've mentioned before, and we continue to mention in most of our live sessions, that it's not easy, obtaining residence in New Zealand or for any other country as well, for that matter. There is always a bit of a stringent process, and in the case of New Zealand, one of the requirements is that you hold an offer of skilled employment. So plus, it's not the most easy thing to do to get an offer of skilled employment in the first place. So that's why we advise our clients to go for the study plus settle pathway, and it's worked really really well for a lot of our clients who've kind of gone on to apply for their post study work visas and their residence visas through us. That's an added benefit, that we are there in New Zealand to support you through that whole time that you're pursuing your course, and even after that, we'll help you lodge your residence visa application as well. So yes, I would definitely suggest that you look at the study pathway instead, and please do leave your number so that we can get in touch with you. Okay, let me see if the team has said anything yet. No. Okay. We have um, we have a message from Ragini. What's the scope for project management level 7 in New Zealand? Ragini, if you could please leave your number below so that we can answer your question. We do have someone from Brazil here. I'm not okay. I guess your name is Hita, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hi to you from India. And if you're interested in going to New Zealand, please do leave your number here or your query so that we can get in touch with you. Pulak has written, "New Zealand is my dream to go." Pulak, we're so glad to hear that it's your dream to go to New Zealand. It is a wonderful country, to stay in. So yes, if you're really that keen, then please leave your number. I did ask you to leave your number before, so just leave your number here so that we can really understand what would work best for you, and make your dream come true as well. There is a message which say from Highlighted Reels, interesting name, which says, "Hello, I'm from Nepal. I'm recently applying for New Zealand for culinary arts course. So what are the advantages of this course in the near future?" Um, Okay, I'm not sure what your name is, but could you please leave your number here as well so that we can get in touch with you, and we can let you know in detail about the advantages of the course. We will have to look at the offer that if you've obtained an offer of place already, we would like to take a look at it and see if it really suits your profile or not. Perhaps there could be some better options out there for you as well. But yes, in short, the scope is great for, if you decide to go into the field of culinary arts. The position of chef is in the skill shortage list. So there is a great demand for chefs in New Zealand. So yes, there's great scope. However, I would definitely request you to leave your contact details here so we can get in touch with you and, guide you better. All right, I'm just reading some inputs from my team. So I think, yes, we have two queries both on YouTube and Facebook about the opportunities for an Indian chartered accountant in New Zealand. So yes, I've once again been advised by my team that there are multiple courses that you can choose from, and it depends on how you wish to progress your career. So you can either stick to being a CA and do a further course, by opting for the masters in professional accounting, or you could get into the business side as well. So, perhaps if you could, wait for us to get in touch with you and leave your number, we will kind of understand, what your projected career is, and then we can advise you accordingly. Sanam, all right. Sanam is one of our clients who's been regularly in touch with us and has left a compliment here. AJB advice is the most genuine and meaningful. Thank you, Sanam, for that. The appreciation means a lot to us. We, like I mentioned, to all the viewers before as well, we do try our best to, provide you all with genuine information and keeping the client's interest in mind, which is something that not a lot of agencies do. So we keep you all before, our own personal interests, and that is just how we work. It's with a lot of integrity. So yes, thanks a lot, Sanam, and I hope that you do also become an HAV student soon. All right. Nirosh has sent another message saying, what if a decision did not come for a student visa for the February intake? Then will that be considered for the July intake? I'm waiting for a decision for mine from INZ. Nirosh, thanks for the question. I would encourage you to, ask your visa officer these questions as well, because they would be able to provide you with the same information that I'm providing you with right now. Regardless, yes, if Immigration New Zealand does not assess your application in time for the February intake, then they will ask you to upload a deferred offer of place for the next closest intake. And if it's July, then so be it. So yes, it will be considered for July then. Okay, guys. I just wanted to share our contact details as well for any other questions that we do miss out on the live session. So you can always call on our toll-free number. So the India toll-free number is 1-800-103-6525, or you could also write to us on info@agvglobal.com. And if you're based in New Zealand, then the New Zealand toll-free number is 0800 for those of you who want their CVs to be assessed and their points to be calculated, once again, I encourage you to, do perhaps a quick calculation of it yourself from the Immigration New Zealand website. If you feel, however, that you're meeting the points or it's close enough, then of course forward your CVs to us, yours as well as your spouses, to info@ajvglobal.com or immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com, and we'll do the assessment for you and get back to you on that. So, yes, any other questions? Al Amin has written, please tell me how process going to New Zealand. Al Amin, I would request you to share your number with us or your contact details so we can get in touch with you and guide you on, the process and explain to you how it all works. So yeah, please do leave your contact details with us. Gaurav is asking about stock market jobs in New Zealand. Gaurav, if you could please leave your number. You seem to be our top fan. I'm wondering why you haven't got in touch with us then, since you have probably been watching our live session videos. And if you are a top fan, you would also know that getting jobs in New Zealand is not so easy. Um, so yes, basically leave your number there and we'll get in touch with you and provide you with some perhaps some courses that could facilitate you to enter New Zealand and then find the kind of job that you're looking for. Pranav Thogala has asked about civil engineering jobs. So, like I've been mentioning, in the live session over and over again, engineering is in demand in New Zealand. A lot of the positions in the IT sector are in demand. In the construction sector as well are in demand. So, all kinds of engineers are likely to find, good jobs in New Zealand. So definitely consider going for some course, that would allow you to find a good job in that sector. And for that, we are here to guide you. So please do leave your number as well. So yeah, guys, with that, I'm going to, all right, I've got a message from my team member. All right, there's a message from, okay, one of our study counselors, Aniket, saying Gaurav is in touch with me for his wife's student visa process for Jan 2021, masters in teaching from AUT. Okay, Gaurav, thanks for choosing to work with us. So I'm sure Aniket is providing you with good information, and he'll get on call with you and probably explain to you more about the job prospects for you then, because I guess you're planning to go there on a work visa. Okay, with that, guys, I will be wrapping up the session for today. So I will see you again soon, and goodbye till then. And please do get in touch with us if any of your queries have been left out. Thanks a lot for watching.